Hello, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Today we're gonna be going over my secret, or not so secret, stash of precious, glittery, glimmery eyeshadows. This idea for this video was given me actually by one of you who commented on one of my recent videos saying that it would be nice to see what I'm referring to when I talk about my stash. So that's what we're gonna do today. I think that also shiny eyeshadows and glitter is so relevant to the holidays somehow. So if you're looking for a special shade, special single, you will find something that meets your taste here, definitely. This secret stash I keep in my vanity drawer, and it's getting bigger and bigger, so I will probably need a new housing for it. But let's get into the swatches and into some glitters. Let's get our hands glittery, so much so that I won't be able to ever get rid of the glitter ever again. I think I'm gonna start with something that is very recent. So these are the Patrickta eyeshadow duos, the Eye Illusion eyeshadow duos, and I talked about this. I have a dedicated video. I won't be talking about the price or anything like that, but I think you can definitely see why these belong in this collection. So this is the first shade. It's Still at the Club, and this is a brown with some shimmer, like silvery shimmer. It's not properly a cool tone brown. I feel like it's more like middle ground, neutral brown, but compared to other browns I have, it definitely pulls more cool tone because of the sparkle, the silver sparkle, and it does pull very cool tone on my eyes somehow. The second shade in this duo is more of a satin. I actually really like this shade. I just don't think it's super worth the price, but there it is. Definitely a warmer brown. It has more gold. And I usually use these type of browns for all over the lid and just soft smoky eyes. The second duo is I'm With Her, and it's a pink duo. So we have this super pretty pink with some gold reflex. This is a warm tone pink. That's super pretty. And then we have a magenta shade that has less sparkle, but still it has some sparkle to it, and I do still think of it as a special shade, and that is the shade. So these are the Patrickta duos. When we talk about shine, I think that we cannot forget about the Bobbi Brown Moonstone eyeshadow in the Luxe Eyeshadow Rich Sparkle formula. This is the packaging, and I've had this for a long time. I even gifted one of these to one of my friends, and this is like a champagne gold shimmer that did not came across as much as I would have thought for you to see because it's on my wrist. But this is like a shade that you really can do a lot with. It does pull like a warm gold because it's not one of those white golds or silvery golds. I have some shades here from the Dose of Colors Block Party eyeshadows. I don't know if they are rolling these out of their collection because these were discounted at $5 when I got them. But I have the shade Caffeine Queen. Of course you're gonna see a lot of neutrals. And this formula here has definitely more pigment than what we've seen so far, and it has some tiny bit of sparkle. I don't think you can see it on camera as much as I can, but this is more like for those of you who are looking for a base shade and a topper in one, basically, because these do everything for you. And then I have the shade Double Take, which is my favorite out of the two, and it's this cool tone deep brown that has a purple undertone to it, and I messed up the swatch. This is the same formula, so it has some sparkle, some silver sparkle, and a lot of base pigment. Honestly, this I think is a showstopper that nobody's really talking about, because every time I wear this, I get asked what I'm wearing. So I think this is a super impressive eyeshadow, and if it's still $5, you really cannot get it at a cheaper price. I think this is a bomb for the price I got it at. I think this is my favorite formulation when it comes to glittery eyeshadows. This is the e.l.f. Magic Glitter Puck in the shade Dopamine Sparkle, and they just recently came out with a new shade, but I wish they add even more, and that I hope they will keep adding to this collection. This is a huge pot of shimmery eyeshadow, and it's so sparkly. The formula feels like water on your finger and on your lid when you're applying it, and I think this is like the sparkliest thing I have. Like, look at how reflective that is. Even compared to the others on this arm, this is definitely what stands out. I love this formula. I don't love silver, that's why I don't have the new shade, but I hope that they will be able to come out with even like more neutral options, and why not even more fun option like a mint green, a lavender, because e.l.f. Magic is really all about these colorful magical shades. Also, this isn't like super expensive, and this is huge. Like, compared to the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize, this is something I don't ever see people talk about. This is the Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill Stellar in the shade number 2. And I don't know if this is available everywhere. I found this in Europe. This is more like a satin taupe that I think is perfect for easy smoky eyes and like one and done eyeshadows. This is the shade here. It doesn't seem like much, but this has great luminosity. Well, you are seeing it compared to super glittery eyeshadows, but this is a satin with a lot of luminosity to it, and it will brighten your eyes while also not being that too much like a properly shimmery shade would do. I think that this is super elegant, a super elegant shine and a super elegant formula, and Giorgio Armani and their shades are like top notch. In fact, speaking of Giorgio Armani, I have something similar. This is the eye tint in the shade 10S, and what I mean by similar is this is a similar finish. This is like a liquid eyeshadow, and it dries up as a satin. And look at this brown. I know it seems patchy because I'm just trying to swatch it nicely over here by being all like contorted, but look how pretty that brown is. And they are expanding this shade range a lot. They're coming out with new shades. They just recently came out with a new sparkle shade, which I have here. This is the 67. This is the 67S. And this is just pure sparkle, but you're not gonna get that Urban Decay Space Cowboy type of sparkle, or even like this type of sparkle. This is a more elegant sparkle, and if you tap it, you will definitely have a more like scattered look. I'm just not able to show you properly. I wore this, and if you like shine, I'm gonna wipe my arm again. If you like shine, but you want to wear it more like an everyday context, like for going to work, or even, I don't know, you don't like something that is in your face, these Armani options are gonna be great for you. Since we're talking about moussey formulations with the Eyes to Kill from Giorgio Armani, we're gonna now talk about Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in Oyster Pearl. I feel like this is super popular. Again, this is not a shimmery shade, it's a satin, but I do keep satin, as you noticed, satin shades here as well, because I feel like they are special. I do love satin eyeshadows, and they make the perfect one and done shades. Like this, like it's like an old gold with a bit of brown shade is beautiful. And there was a time where I only wore this wherever I went. Always from Charlotte, I have the Hypnotizing Pop Shot in the shade Smoky Quartz. This is definitely much brighter than what you just saw. I think this went sold out last year when she came out with this. And yeah, it's a brown with sparkle. Again, I think the sparkle is super pretty. I think these shades look so natural. I have brown eyes, so it also seems cohesive to have a brown eyeshadow. I'm moving over to Rituel de Fille. So this is like I think it's an indie brand, and they are all about these magical, like, witches, sorcery vibes. I have the shades Apis, which is more subtle, and it comes in these pots. I wish it didn't. I wish it came in a bigger pot, just like this, but it's not. And this is a warm pink with some like small tiny blue and pink sparkles. I think there's also some gold. You were not gonna be able to see this, but again, this is one of those shades that make the perfect one and done eyeshadows. It comes in like a creamy formula. Then I have the shade Half Light, which is again a satin taupe with a lot of gray. Oh, I love this shade. I should use it more. But it has like a warm brown base to it. It makes it super wearable. It's called Half Light because it's not a super shiny shade. It's like half light. It's halfway there between a matte and a satin and metallic eyeshadow. I also have the shade Anima from their collection. And this is a beautiful rosy taupe. The more I'm swatching these, the more I want to wear them all, but I just have two eyes. This taupey pink, it looks beautiful on the eyes, and I think it's also halfway there between a cool tone shade and a warm tone shade, because it has like that taupe undertone that makes it a bit cooler, but it also has some like warm pink. It's super like unique as a shade. From Victoria Beckham, I have the super famous Lid Lusters. I have mine in the shade Mink, which is one of the most popular shades. And this is like a cream, but not super wet formulation. And if you love cool tones, I mean, can you even say no to this? Look at the comparison between this and Charlotte Tilbury's version of this shade. Look at how much more pigmented this is, and you can really see that gray coming out. Definitely a statement. So you need to have a specific look in mind. And since it's so very pigmented, it very quickly takes the center spot. So you need to be careful how you use it. And maybe that's why I don't use it that often, but I still do consider it one of my precious children. I also have the black shade, but it's not here because I don't use it a lot or even at all. It's a beautiful shade, but it's a black. So I think that says a lot about you if you use sparkly black eyeshadow. I have something here from Chanel. This is the Ombre Premiere 14 Talpa. And again, this is a satin eyeshadow, and you can see how much I've used it actually. There's definitely a dent there. And this is a pretty taupe eyeshadow with I think there's some green in this. And look at it. I know, maybe these look so boring if you don't like neutrals, but if you do, let me get a better swatch of it. If you do like neutrals, like this is the perfect shade to deepen an eye look. So you can use it as a matte or even use it all over the lid with this slight sheen it has. It's beautiful. Would this be a sparkly eyeshadow collection if I didn't mention the Hourglass Scattered Light Glitter eyeshadows? My favorite one is this one. It's in the shade Smoke, and of course you're gonna be able to see a pattern here. This is brown with a lot of sparkles. This feels more like a gel, by the way, compared to the others. And yeah, these are very well known in the makeup industry because of how shiny they are, but they also look so pretty. I think the name Scattered Light beautifully encapsulates everything that these are. I have the pink shade, I don't remember the name. I gave that to my mom because that's her favorite and she uses it every day. Like, she has gone through 4 or 5 of these pots. This is a throwback. This is a MAC Cosmetics single eyeshadow from I think a few years ago. I don't even remember when this was. This is the shade Right Before Your Eyes Shade Shifter Duochrome eyeshadow, and I got this because it is a duochrome shade. You can see it's green on camera, but it's blue to me. So this shifts from green to blue. It has more like a brown base. So it may seem like one of those super popular duochromes right now that every brand does, that is brown and that has that blue on top. But this is a duochrome, so it has that something more than these I mentioned. I'm gonna see if you can see the shift here. I don't know, probably not. I had to go and grab these. These are the Phytosurgeon's cream eyeshadows, the Flash Fluorescence eyeshadows, and these are from different collections they did, and I have 3 of them. So the first one is called Fractal Freesia. It's a warm beige, like a warm cream with some silver glitter, but yeah, this is more subdued. Again, if you're going for that subdued vibe, this is the formula I would say for you. And then I also have the shade Defiant Dahlia, which is my favorite, and this is a bronze with, again, some sparkle to it, but mainly I would consider these as satins. How beautiful is that for like fall? And then I have Crystal Constellation, which is, again, another brown. I would say this is also one of my favorites. So Crystal Constellation is more of the cool tone version of Defiant Dahlia. And it's this third one right here. You can see the difference in undertones. I should use these more, but I think that's what I got from the whole video. I should use these more. And the last one I want to show you, this is very better down. I have this Jones Road the best eyeshadow single, and this is in the shade Penny. Now, this is not the type of shade that I usually wear, but I think this is the perfect eyeshadow for me for like the bedroom eyes effect. If you follow Kaki Reviews Beauty, then you know what I'm talking about. But this is a super beautiful deep brown with some red to it, but there's also like some gold. I want to close with something that is not properly a single, but like a palette of beautiful sparkly shades. This is the Rowan Beauty eyeshadow palette in the shade 1111, and this is like a collection of beautiful cream eyeshadows, super impactful. The thing about these, and you're gonna be able to tell by the swatches, is that these are more like that chunky formula. Especially this first shade here, it is chunks, but I think that is intended because these are so packed with glitter and shine. You can see here. Another formula I think would not have had the same like outcome, so I think this is a perfect medium for that effect, and I love this one. I think it's such a great palette. It's also super small, like throw in your travel bag, and to have that special shades that you need to uplift any look. And that was all for my special secret stash of beautiful, precious eyeshadows. Let me know in the comments if you have something like this at home. Like, make me feel like I'm not the only one who has like a precious stash, or let me know if I'm missing something in my collection that you think fits the theme, and I will definitely look into it. I always love discovering new makeup, trying on new makeup, and hopefully you liked the video. Please remember to leave a thumbs up if you did, and to subscribe to my channel because it's free and it's the holidays and we are all kinder during the holidays. Anyways, thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye!